Welcome back. We're here with Rob from Ramsden's Earth Supplements in Perrysburg, Ohio. Rob, how are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. Thank you for coming on. I'm excited to kind of dive deep into this. I feel like we're very aligned, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. So what separates your supplements from the traditional, let's say, protein powders?
So what separates me from the traditional protein powders and other supplements is the fact that everything I have is derived from nature directly. It's not made in some lab. It's not just thrown together with a bunch of fillers and all the things that you can't pronounce. Everything I have is clean. It's directly from nature. So my biggest thing is I realized that there was a lot of issues with the whole supplement industry, such as you go to GNC, Walmart, anywhere, and you go get your supplements, and you look at the bottles, and you realize there's like a Prop 65 warning saying that you're going to get cancer for taking this. What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to take this for my health, yet I'm being told I could be getting cancer. So that, and if you go look at the other like supplements themselves, they have ingredients you can't pronounce, carcinogens, and cheap fillers that are only going to make your issues worse, not actually help you. So that's why I founded this. It was to help people, not just make a profit. That is why my motto is people over profits and nature over labs.
And where do you think this desire to not want to chase the money comes from? Like, why not be like one of those huge supplement companies that just want to chase the money?
Because once people realize the dangers of the supplements that they're taking in right now, they'll realize that this is what's better. This is what you're actually looking for. So I guess what I'm saying is you don't have to chase it, because eventually people are going to realize what is better. They're going to realize that this is healthier for me. This is actually what I'm looking for. And those are the people that I want. The people that are actually looking out for themselves, and they want to take care of themselves.
If you make a good product, they'll come.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned health and how kind of our society has a very strange definition of what healthy means. How do you think we go about changing the definition of what it means to be healthy in America?
To be honest, I would say we'd have to change the definition of America. I mean, when people think of America, we think of obesity, we think of burgers, we think of fries, we think of hot dogs, we think of beer. We have to kind of change the way we look at America as a whole and start to realize that these things that we think are so acceptable are actually hurting us, and we need to do better and change that, realize it. I don't want to grow old, and because I've been eating poorly and doing all this my whole life, now I'm in a retirement home being told what I can and can't do.
Yeah.
I'd rather be 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, still out enjoying the world, surfing at 90 years old, and if I fall surfing, I'm not worried about breaking a hip because I'm still in shape.
Yeah.
I took care of myself through all those years.
And a lot of those traditional protein powders are used by bodybuilders and weightlifters. Why do you think those bodybuilders and weightlifters think the traditional protein powder is healthy?
That could have stemmed back from when the protein powders and stuff were first made, back when America didn't use a lot of fillers and carcinogens and all this other stuff just to make more money. I'm not exactly sure when we started making protein powders and stuff, but I'm sure back then the ingredients were 2 or 3 things that you could read and understand and that were actually good for you at that time.
Yeah.
But that's not the case anymore. And I think that's where that misconception has come from over the years.
Absolutely. And when you look at the health industry or the fitness industry in general, there are a lot of people, and I just had a girl that's a personal trainer on last week, and we talked about like this idea of, I have abs, I'm healthy, or I'm jacked and I'm huge, I'm healthy. And it's like, I think the definition of what it means to be healthy, kind of like we talked about before, needs to change, because you have these young people going in thinking they're doing things that are healthy, and they're destroying their body long term.
I agree. I mean, you see a lot of the bodybuilders that when they
Ronnie Coleman.
or when they go through their gain period where they want to just load up on McDonald's 3 or 4 times a day just to get the gains because they know it's high in calories. Yeah, you might look all big, jacked, this, that, and the other, but what's going on inside your body? How's your microbiome doing? How often are you sick? It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's a bad misconception.
And can you talk about the health benefits of beetroot?
So, with the health benefits of beetroot, it really helps provide oxygen to the blood, therefore helping the heart beat better and faster. Not faster, sorry. Basically, it's great for runners. It gives you more stamina because you're allowing more oxygen into the bloodstream, therefore allowing you to go harder, faster, and longer. It's a great thing for any type of athletes or even for people that are just worried about heart health. It's great for that as well.
Yeah. And we kind of touched on this before a little bit, but why did you decide to not put bioengineered ingredients in your supplements and go the natural route?
Well, to me, I feel like there's a few reasons. For one, we have no idea right now what the long-term effects of bioengineered ingredients are. I mean, this has only been legalized, I think, 3 years, roughly, maybe 2, something like that. Not enough studies being done. 2, it's not natural. That goes against everything that I'm trying to do, is that I don't want the stuff that's made in a lab. I mean, I wouldn't want to take it, and the thing is I take everything personally, so why would I want to put bioengineered and stuff that I'm also taking myself? It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. It could be causing a whole bunch of issues, and we're just not seeing it yet.
Yeah. And how do you think big pharma and the big food companies work together to make society sick?
So with that one, it all starts with the food. All the stuff that is on the shelves, all the processed stuff, all the nasty ingredients that you have to sit there and sift through every time you go to the grocery store. It starts there, and those guys are making the money because it's a convenience to you. It's packaged, it's processed, it's this, that, and the other, and it's just you throw it in the microwave, you're good. So to you, you're getting the convenience of it, so you keep buying it because you don't have the time to do other things. Well, over the years, that convenience is only making you sicker, and it's only being more convenient to the big brands and to big pharma. I mean, eventually, after so many years of eating that way and taking care of yourself that way, now you're just going to be at the door lining big pharma's pockets. I mean, when you're ingesting all these different things, our food, our health all starts in the gut. And that's the biggest thing. If you're eating bad foods, processed foods, things with carcinogens and fillers and stuff you can't pronounce at the grocery store. I mean, there's even propylene glycol in some of our foods. Yeah. That's paint thinner. That's like walking down to Lowe's or Home Depot and chugging a thing of paint thinner. I mean, why would you want to put that in your food? It doesn't make any sense. And with that, years down the road, now you're on all these prescription medications. And then with these prescription medications, these come side effects. And you're stuck in the big pharma system for life. Unless you decide to actually make a change and do something about it. There's plenty of healthy alternatives to things. I mean, it's not always easy to find here, but shop with local farmers. I mean, go visit the farm, do some research about the farm, see what they do. Look into supplements that are actually derived from nature, and read the ingredients. That's the biggest thing. When you go to the grocery stores and stuff like that, read the ingredients. If you don't know what it is and you can't pronounce it, well, then it's probably no good, and you should probably put it back on the shelf. Yeah. Find a different alternative.
What shocks me the most about that entire system is how when people get cancer, they're shocked. Or when they get diabetes, they're shocked. It's like, well, the things that you're putting in your body make up your body. Mm-hmm. So if you're putting toxins in your body, you almost should be expecting to be sick. Mm-hmm. And I see people just in general, when I look at it, like, if you go do something, like if you eat shitty, mm-hmm. you know that you're going to be fat. You shouldn't be shocked when you gain weight. So why is it the same when if you eat toxic food, why are you shocked when you get cancer? Like, I always, find that a little weird.
Yeah.
Very, very strange. And why do you think as a society we continue to eat that food that you talked about, that fast food, the toxic food, even though we know it's not healthy for us?
Everyone's reason or excuse, in my opinion, is convenience. It's convenient to do it this way. It's, we're so busy and this, that, and the other. Well, the thing is, it's all about time management. If you could learn to manage your time, you wouldn't have to rely on fast food and processed stuff in order to give you the food that you need. If you meal prepped and planned out your times, like you could avoid that whole convenience excuse.
Yeah.
It's all about planning and prepping and making things a priority. Is your health a priority or not?
Yeah.
Is it just because it's convenience, I'm going to go eat it? No, I mean, I have priorities with my health. I'm not going to go eat fast food. I haven't in about 2.5 years. I haven't had a single, ever since I started to like realize things and started to really get on this journey, I cut out that completely myself.
What was your moment where you really started to look at the American system and really realize how broken it was?
So for me, it was when I actually started to like look into myself. I started to change myself. So like about 2.5 years ago, before I started all of this, I looked at life differently. Like, I mean, I smoked cigarettes. I mean, didn't go to the gym. I didn't eat healthy. You know, I thought like, you know, we're all going to die someday. So why not just have fun with it?
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize is I wasn't having fun. So I needed to change that. So I started going to the gym, completely quit smoking cigarettes. It's been over 2 years.
Amazing.
No vapes, no cigarettes, no nothing. And then I started going to the gym. And then when I started going to the gym, I started to look into the like supplements and protein powders. And that's when I realized like everything, even in the health industry, is made to make us sick. So if these things are made to make us sick, then I can only imagine what our food is doing to us. I can only imagine what our medications are doing to us. So that is, I guess, when I realized that there was something really wrong with the whole viewpoint of health in America.
Yeah. I have 2 more questions for you. If you could have dinner with 2 people, one person from the past and one person from the present, who would it be and why?
You know, I don't know if this sounds selfish, but I would like to go back and be able to talk to myself like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Be able to pull myself out of that and be like, look where you are now type of thing. But then I also would like to be able to see where I'm at 5 years from now and be able to talk to my future self to see the effects I've made for the better. Like, I don't know if that, I don't know, but
Why?
because this has been a battle for the past like 3 years, just in general, trying to find my way and trying to find where I belong in the universe, in society, trying to get the message out that, and trying to help people. Like, I guess that's why I say I would like to see myself from like 3 years ago, is because of like, if anybody knew me 2 or 3, 3 or 4 years ago, they would have seen like, this is like what happened. Like, it's a completely 360 change. Yeah, I kind of lost track of the question was.
No, you're good. Yeah, I guess a question kind of follow that up until I ask my last question. Why do you think you were so broken back then?
My mindset, the way I was living, the stuff I was putting in my body. I mean, I was eating fast food all the time, just eating whatever from the store. I mean, getting all the frozen packaged stuff because it was easy to eat. Smoking tobacco, cigarettes. I mean, putting all this stuff in my body, and it was affecting how I was being as a physical being, spiritual being, emotional being. Like, even my physical, like I was 125 pounds. Like, I literally at that time had looked like that. People were sitting there and I'd get called like a crackhead or something like that because of the way like my cheeks were sunken in, and it was the food and everything that I was eating. And it was miserable. And I believe that a lot of it stems down to, one, the food I was eating, the tobacco, but also the people I was surrounding myself with. That was another big thing that I realized, like, you are who you surround yourself with. And I wasn't surrounding myself with the best people. They were, not to be mean, but they were lazy. They didn't want to do anything with themselves. I mean, I tried talking about business plans with this one guy for like a year and a half. And I would go over there with a laptop, with a book, with this, with that, everything. I'd lay it all out. And he didn't want to do anything. And I did this multiple times. It's like you sit here and we talk about it. I come over here with the stuff and you don't want to do anything. Like, So I realized like that was another thing I had to change is who I surrounded myself with. And it's amazing to see where I'm at now compared to where I was then.
Yeah. I have one more question for you. Why did you decide to partner with us and offer the discounts?
Because I believe you guys are solving a great problem. I believe that, like with the other bigger companies, they're taking too much from other small businesses or businesses in general. Like that, there's no customer retention with the other businesses. It's almost not worth it for these small businesses or even like medium business to even do like those other discount services because they're not making anything. Or if they are, it's not much. And it's just not worth it for them. So I liked what you guys were doing. I believed that like this is going to be a really great thing. And it's going to help a lot of consumers, but it's also going to help a lot of small businesses and other business owners. And on top of that, like they'll be able to keep talking to their customers. They'll be able to keep the data, like stuff like that, the stuff that they need. And I don't know. I think it's a really great thing that you guys are doing.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it, man. Those are the questions I have. How can people find you? And what is one thing you want to leave people with?
So you can find me at res.life or res.life, or also on TikTok, unless it gets banned here in the next couple of days, but Ramsden's Earth Supplements. And something I'd like to leave people with is, you know, sorry, that takes some thought.
No, you're good.
We get what we put into this world. It has a way of giving back. If you're always being, like, I don't even know how to word this, but like, I think I should have just left it there, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
love
really, yeah.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Rob, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.